Hello guys, I'm Ariman Gupta, the CRE executive at MyEra, and today I have with me Vasudha Khanna, the creative design head at MyEra. Hi Vasudha, how are you doing?
Hi Ariman, I'm good. How are you?
I'm also good. It's very nice to be here with you and conducting this interview. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and about MyEra and about what you do exactly at MyEra?
Okay, so I'm the CCO at MyEra, and MyEra is a smart marketing assistant that helps brands to keep their social media game on top. And as for what I do at MyEra, I basically work to enhance the overall creativity output of the platform and also create these templates that brands can use or even individuals can use to put up on their social media along with whatever content they want to put in it, but basically those templates, yeah, and the overall creativity output. So that's a little about it.
So it's thanks to people like you that we get to see pretty things all the time. Thank you so much for that. Starting with our first question for the day, how do you think someone can get an inspiration for a particular design, or how do you think that someone gets started when you're planning to make a creative?
Okay, so I think even before the inspiration stage comes in, you have to sort of like answer a few questions that number one being who are you doing it for? Like whatever it is that you're designing, are you making it for your own self, for your personal brand, as a hobby, or for a brand? So depending on those, depending on the answers to those questions, you will have some constraints before you're working on gathering inspiration for your design. And so if you're working for a brand, you would most likely have some sort of brand guidelines or a style guide or some sort of document to work with. So, and also you would have some end goal, right? You want the design to do something, some aim, some purpose. So according to that, you would have to then tailor your inspiration, you have to find in this particular area. And then to actually find that inspiration, I think social media is the easiest and the quickest way to do it. And we all want it to save time and, while it's being efficient also. And so when it comes to social media, I think Pinterest is one of my favorites, I'd say. And because Pinterest is it's so aesthetically pleasing to look at. Yeah, it's great. And you can find everything there, whatever it is that you want to find inspiration for, you can find it all. And also Instagram, of course. And you can, if you're working with a newer brand, you can look at their Instagram feed to understand, their brand language better, to see what sort of designs in future would help them, or right now, what kind of basically, color scheme or something it really helps if you look at their Instagram feed also.
Makes sense.
And then there are other sources like Dribbble, Behance, if you want to take it up a notch. But yeah, I think that's a good way to start.
Okay, that's actually quite insightful and quite helpful. On that same note, like someone like me, supposing I go along with making a creative and I follow all the steps you said, now that I've understood my inspiration, what are some good design habits that I should keep in mind?
Okay, I think firstly, following and sticking to the brand brief. You'd have some sort of brand brief would be there, and style guide or some constraints again that you'd have to work with. So incorporating those into your designs. And also if you're starting out new, you'd want to utilize the whole canvas space and put in a lot more elements. But I think at that time it's good to remember this acronym, KISS, keep it simple stupid, because it really works, because you're essentially helping whoever your target audience is to understand and whatever information is being communicated with that design better, and you're making it easier for them to understand that.
Relate to it, yeah.
And exactly. So there's also this 3-step process of visual hierarchy that's there, which again, if you're keeping it very simple and minimal, it'll be easier for you to follow that 3-step process of attract and intrigue and then deliver the message. So you have to see, even in leaving alone the copy also, even as a visual piece, your design should work, and it should have these 3 elements that are serving to basically take you in this 3-step process.
Okay, they're serving to take you in that direction. Understood. Yeah.
Exactly. So, if you follow these basic, simple things, I think you'll end up with something great that you actually want. And keeping in mind also, whatever message is being communicated, is that exactly how you wanted to be put across? Are you doing justice to it with your design? Just these things, I think.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. So, Vasudha had some great advice both for life and creativity. Keep it simple, stupid. I recommend everybody to follow that both in your relationships and in creativity. So, moving on to the next question. I'm sure it does. Moving on to the next question for today. How important do you think brand guidelines are for handling your social media?
I think brand guidelines are very important. They play a huge role in sort of like establishing that uniformity and in your designs, in your social media feed. So if you have those set of guidelines in place, it's really important because even if you're working with a new designer, so you don't have to get them up to speed and make them understand everything. If you have a very well-established document of these brand guidelines, so even a newcomer would not take so much time to adapt to your style, basically. So it's easier for your brand also and for the people you're working with also. So
I think you described it very well when you said uniformity. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. So in today's day and age, social media is something that everybody is very focused on. Every company is very, very, dependent on social media, and they want to utilize that properly. How important do you think templatization is to this?
I think templatization is a really good way to save time because it's very efficient. And it's also very effective. Again, it ties back to that uniformity idea that if you have these set templates for yourself, then you save yourself a lot of hit and trial time, and you can just use these templates that are designed specifically for your brand, and so that your whole feed sort of like looks very tied together. You have your brand colors, everything, your logo, everything all in one place. You can just replace out the text with whatever content you want it to be, and there can be categories of these templates also. So depending on what kind of depending on what kind of post you want to make, so saves you a lot of time, basically.
Correct. And time is money, so that's quite efficient. Okay, our last question for today, and a personal favorite of mine, because I guess everybody, whether it be in our generation, anybody in social media is very fond of the trends that keep coming up, whether it be Instagram, dance trends, or reels, or whatever. How important are these trends to a brand when they're trying to market the brand?
I think trends are a really good way to market your brand, market yourselves, without really making it seem like it's advertising thrown in your face to the consumers, to your target audience.
Makes a lot of sense.
It's like already it's not forceful. It's just very casual, and also helps to not make your customers forget about your brand's existence, right? It's like if you capitalize on these trends, you can actually really help your brand by staying relevant, and you can sort of use these trends to cement your positioning in your customers' minds. I really like it how Zomato does it, they are really good at capitalizing on trends, and even the push notifications they send, they're so creative. And so that's where copywriters also can,
some of them are awfully cute and very personal.
They can use their craft and their wit to actually talk about their brand and not make you forget about their brand. So they're actually helping their target audience with it, that they're entertaining them also, while also talking about their brand without making it seem like it's all about them. It's a great way to
explain it. It seems so smart. It was something so simple that happens on a daily basis. But now that you've explained it, it seems something that's so smart that Zomato is doing and so efficient. Makes a lot of sense. I personally love Zomato's push notifications. They're so much fun.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no. I'm so sorry. Continue, please.
Yeah, I was just going on to say that sometimes they would not even like very openly market themselves or their service. They'll just send you some push notification like, oh, how's your day, so aaj aapka din kaisa hai, and order वगैरह होता रहेगा. You can do it tomorrow also, but just take some time to enjoy or something like that. So they'll constantly do something to not make you forget about them.
And connect
That's
with you.
a great way to do
I feel
it.
like I have a connect with Zomato, which I don't have with most people in my life. It's a little sad that way, but okay. Thank you so much, Vasudha, for joining us today. But this is all the time we have. It was a great conversation. Thank you so much for all these helpful
Yeah, it was
suggestions.
great. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.